Hey guys, alright, so I wanted to kind of cover some stuff that I'm doing with this hole. Finally getting around to trying to patch this hole, and the weather's good now and it's warmer, so I can get back to doing some fiberglass stuff and all that, and take a break from the clay work and all that too. So you know, you guys have seen this triangular hole in some of the previous videos, and this is basically where this recessed area of the roof, and it's really not recessed, the roof is actually raised, but so it makes this recessed area, and it all kind of merges into this triangular space here. So what I needed to do was cut this space out, and that's why I have a little triangular cutout. And it's kind of two reasons I did it. One was to add some relief to this top. After I cut this top, it kind of bowed and did some weird things, so I had to, you know, support it and do some strange things to it. And one thing that helped a lot was cutting out this piece here. Added a little bit of relief support so that I could reshape this top back to its spot. So so now I'm back to figuring out how to fill in this hole. So what I did is I created a little piece out of foam and I covered it with my tape that I use, and what will happen is this will fill in the hole like so, and then this piece will extend out and blend into this piece, and I'll recut it and all that after I merge all this together. So initially what I was going to do is just set this piece in and support it, and then just start fiberglass over the whole thing, and just leave this foam piece as part of the top, and all that. Since this is just a plug, you know, it didn't really matter. But excuse me. So after I was thinking about it, I was like, you know, I really don't need to do all that. I have all this clay that I'm using over here on the dash, and so what I did is I made a clay mold. So after I shaped this out to kind of a, you know, general shape that I needed and all that, it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to end up sanding and adding body filler to it anyway. So I just wanted to get the general support piece in place. So what I did was, that fits in like that, and I just took a bunch of clay after I heated it and just squished it right on top of this foam piece. And since I have the silver tape, and I put a little bit of mold release wax on it too to help it, so now I have this piece here that is you know, all nice and shaped to this. And then so what I'll do is I'll add some mold release to this piece of clay, and then I'll just apply my fiberglass to this, and I'll put, you know, maybe probably, I want it to be pretty strong, so I'll do 4 or 5 layers of, I think I have 2-ounce fiberglass mat. So I'll apply this to here, and I'll probably cut these edges off a little bit so that it's not trying to fold up. Because one thing when you guys are doing molds, or anyone who's trying to do molds, if you have a sharp corner inside, unless you use some type of special rope that's dipped in fiberglass and you smush it up inside and, you know, get it really nice, what happens is the fiberglass, after you know, tap it in and all that with a brush or roll it in or whatever, it always pulls away from this corner, and you never really have a nice finished edge here. So there's a few tricks to doing it if you really need it, but I actually don't need it. So what I'll do is I'll come in, I'll cut this whole piece off, and then I'll finish shaping it, and then I'll just let the fiberglass hang off the edge, and then I'll come back and trim it, trim the piece of fiberglass later. So what I'll do is just kind of wanted to show this little process real quick, and then I am going to, you know, tweak this little clay piece a little better and just clean it up, make sure there's not any holes where resin can get stuck and all that, because I don't want to really ruin the clay, so I want to put a lot of wax on it and everything. But so what I'll do is I have a little spot down here that I'm getting ready to do this, and I'll come back to the video and show you what it looks like after I apply the fiberglass and everything, and then hopefully another one with it going into the hole. So anyway, I'll see you guys in a sec. Bye. Okay, so here we are after the part is shaped. It's a bit oversized so that I can cut it and trim it to the size exactly. So, you know, when you see the edges are kind of funky here, it's going to be cut in a little bit. So, not a big deal. Kind of reshaped it a little bit too in the back after looking at it. That's the nice thing about the clay is I can just kind of reshape it, and then I kind of scribed in little areas where I know that some of the sharp edge is going to be. So now I've already applied the wax, and I just applied it right onto the clay. That's generally not how you do that. Normally the proper, I guess, procedure would be that there's like a special primer you would get, and you would basically paint the clay first, and you can actually sand it and do whatever you want with it after that. And then once you prep it, after you prime it, then you would apply the mold release, or you would apply like a mold release and then PVA and then your fiberglass stuff. So yeah, so I didn't do any of that. This is just really like a basically like a patch piece, and it's going to get completely reworked when it's on the car. So I'm not really too worried about the aesthetics and how the surface is going to be and all that stuff. So that's kind of why I just applied the mold release directly to the clay. And when you do that, it kind of makes kind of like a brown mush and everything. And so, you know, it's not real pretty. But once I get through with that, then what I'll do to preserve the clay is, you don't want to mix in the wax with the clay or anything, so I'll just go and I'll scrape the top layer of this piece off and get rid of all the wax piece and just throw that away. So not a big deal. And just want to show you this part real quick, and then I'm going to do the fiberglass piece now. So I'll see you again. Alright guys, I am done with the fiberglass part, and you can see that the part that I made is here, and it's pretty hard, and it released really well from the mold. And so just to kind of recap a little bit, I made this piece, which is kind of like my test piece that I made to fit and fill in this area of this triangular space here. And then I took this and I made a mold out of it using this clay, and just did, I mean, this like took like maybe 5 minutes. It was very easy to do. Had to heat the clay up because the clay is really hard to and then I just mushed it down into space, into this piece, and then trimmed the excess stuff away. And then I applied my fiberglass directly onto the clay, and I put down some wax type stuff, mold release, and that worked out pretty good. And a little messy, but like I said, it's not exactly the proper way to do that, but it worked. And that's all I needed, because this is just really a support piece, and it's going to get worked and reshaped while it's in that hole over there. So yeah, so that's kind of the process for a real quick and easy crude type part. And what I'll do is I'll come in and I'll cut, you know, I told you I had little scribe lines everywhere, and I'll like cut it a little bit oversized and then continue to cut it down until it fits into the hole the way that I want it. And then this will end up becoming the filler piece made out of fiberglass over there, and that way I don't have, you know, this big thing stuck in between the layers or whatever. And then I'll bond this piece to this hole and all that. So what I'll do in the next video is I'll kind of get this cut up, and then I'll start bonding it and show you that process as I do that. Hey you guys, in the last little video segment, I just had said that I was going to show you guys the process of putting the fiberglass part into this hole and filling it in. And unfortunately my camera had some issues, so it recorded a bunch of blank nothingness. So I had like 30 minutes or something of nothing video with just sound. And so I guess it's time to get another camera now. But anyway, so I guess, you know, just explain, you know, I took that part that you saw and I trimmed it down and cut it and made sure it fit within this hole, and then I took some fiberglass reinforced body filler and bonded it from the back side up inside to this top or hatch area. Then I cut some oversized layers of fiberglass out and applied it and fiberglassed that part in permanently, and really, you know, made sure that it was well fiberglassed and supported. Then also fiberglassed some steel reinforcement into this top to make sure it retains the shape of this rear hatch, and so that this top won't distort anymore, and it will continue to match the top now, because that's been a problem with this rear section, and it's why it's taken so long to get it finished up. And what you're seeing now is really the first stage of adding just normal body filler to fill in this area and to start shaping all this out. So I haven't really done a lot of work on this yet as far as the detail work, so that'll come later. But I just wanted you guys to see this and to see what it looks like from the back, and you can kind of see how the center channel comes down to the point, and it's relatively clean. I just need to do a lot of sanding and you know, do all the body work to make it nice. And it's a big step actually, because this is really the last big, you know, change modification to the car, and after this I'll just get to go around the car to all the various areas and just refine everything and just do some hand sanding around the car, and then it'll be ready for molding, and that'll be exciting. So can't wait to get to that point. That's something that people ask me about a lot, and I can't wait to show the process of that, and it'll be a learning experience for me, and I'll kind of show all that through the video to you guys too. But it's also a place of confusion, because a lot of people think that this whole car is the actual car, and so I get these crazy emails like, you know, this car is going to be the biggest piece of junk because it has 12 inches of body filler on it. Well, this is just the plug, and I'll be making, you know, lightweight composite panels from this plug that will fit on the actual chassis. So this is just like a dummy car to fit everything. Yeah, and that's about it on this. So I just need to clean up that channel and get to work on that. So you guys make sure you like and subscribe to all the videos, and so that will help. You know, when you guys like, that helps push my videos up in the automotive section of YouTube and allows more people to kind of see these videos and see what I'm doing. And then of course subscribing helps you guys to stay updated when I release new information or new videos and stuff. So anyway, I'll leave it at that, and then I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.